Today we're getting back into the world of Pirates of the Caribbean and talking about whether our lovable Jack Sparrow can make a return, well, specifically as played by the incredible Johnny Depp. And now we've got an update on that front by Jerry Bruckheimer, though another movie isn't the only way Johnny keeps the character as his, so if you want to know all the crumbs we got, keep watching. First up, Disney's efforts to bring back Jack Sparrow. On December 13th, 2022, Jerry Bruckheimer, who worked with Depp in all 5 Pirates of the Caribbean films, told AP Entertainment that they're working on bringing him back to play our over-the-top but hilarious pirate. Though with everything that has gone down with Johnny admitting to having felt betrayed by Disney when they turned their backs on him after the defamation case was announced, we're not so sure what the company could promise the man that had made him turn on his word, especially since Disney's efforts to get him back now would just seem like a money grab because they know they're safe. But we're gonna let you guys weigh in on that. Do you think there are any conditions the actor could be offered which make him rethink his words, or did we see the last of Captain Sparrow in the 5th film? As of right now, Depp clearly said that no amount of money could make him reprise the role, has not responded to Bruckheimer's claim. And honestly, it'd be an interesting move by Disney to bring him back at any cost, because he may have won his defamation suit and shed light on the reality that men can be victims of domestic abuse as well, but being charged did harm his image, a fact that he regretted while on trial. And unfortunately, some people believe Johnny is guilty even if he won his case. So what efforts is Disney going through to get Depp back on the ship? Next up, will the controversy be the movie's legacy? Heavy question, we know. And even though for many of us that's certainly not the case, but that does hold for a lot of people, including some execs at Disney. And with the fair share of negative press Johnny Depp has received in the last few years, fans are divided on their view of his character and the franchise. Though if you need a quick reminder of where this all started, hear us out. So Depp's ex-wife Amber Heard accused him of domestic violence, and he wanted to clean up his name and argue his innocence, all of which is perfectly fair. This turned into Depp filing a defamation suit against his ex-wife, seeking $50 million as damages, and his claims included giving up his role as the iconic Disney character. Not soon after Heard accused him of abuse, the company dropped him without a second thought. Yikes. Though after Depp's defamation suit, which was widely publicized, and fans queued outside the courthouse before each trial to cheer him on, he stated that he would not return to the role of Captain Jack Sparrow even if offered $301 million. Now this is pretty clear, right? That ain't a small amount to turn down, and you could perhaps tell how seriously hurt he was by Disney's decision. Yet still, some people have chosen to cut off their interest in this franchise even after Depp won the case, so to each their own. But then, can we ever move forward? Following that, a 6th film happening is just uncertain. Trust us on this, the potential of something working out that makes the studio happy and Depp is so low that right now, if it gets a green light, we'll think we're in a fever dream. And there's a whole list of questions that'll be brought up with it going through, like, will Disney be able to keep the essence of Jack Sparrow if Johnny does come back? If they can, is there any chance that Depp would accept an offer to reprise his role? Because the man doesn't need or want the money they've already offered, so what could pull him back in? Though, if he does return, then would that lower the value of him turning down the chance in the first place? Or would it be worth it to keep on that iconic hat for the sake of those who did believe his innocence? One thing's for sure, some fans don't want him to return simply because they aren't that quick to forgive Disney's complete 180. So then we gotta ask, would another film in this franchise be as successful as the last ones if they cast another actor to play Depp's role? In this age of reboots and sequels, would the fandom accept that? Or is this a role similar to Jackman's Wolverine, where only one actor was born to play the character? And that just leaves a 6th movie happening insanely difficult. Let's talk about what's at stake with losing this franchise. Well, apart from a lot of kids, and us, not being able to hype up the next adventures of Captain Jack Sparrow, there's a lot Disney will also never be seeing again, at least as far as we can imagine. Pirates of the Caribbean has captivated audiences around the world, with each movie cashing in more than $650 million. If you don't know, that's pretty unheard of, especially since it was more or less a constant number, and Disney had released 5 Pirates of the Caribbean films with a 6th in the works, as has been said for the longest time now, because of everything else. According to Looper.com, the Pirates of the Caribbean film series is among the most successful cinema moments we've had in the last 10+ years. This means it stands alongside the X-Men series, Star Wars, Harry Potter, and even the MCU. Guys, those are some hard-hitting universes that have spent years gathering their insanely loyal fandoms, and Pirates of the Caribbean is no exception to that fact. So So of course, the same rule applies that, like it's difficult to imagine an X-Men film without Hugh Jackman or the MCU without Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, even if we have to try doing that now. This can also be said for the Pirates of the Caribbean film series, which makes us question, besides the money that's certainly being lost if Johnny doesn't come back, you also have Disney's image and credit. Up next, Depp's willing to come back in a certain way. Look, with every logic we've thrown in so far, we know fans will never give up hope of seeing Johnny reprise his role as Jack Sparrow. And come on, of course that's valid. And in a way, their wish has now been granted. Unfortunately, we're not talking about the long-rumored Pirates of the Caribbean 6. Instead, we're going to share with you another reason why Depp deserves the support and love his fans have continued to shower him in. This time, he was part of a video message set up by the Make-A-Wish Foundation that had been sent to an 11-year-old fan who shared the short video on his YouTube channel. It's one of the sweetest things we've seen lately, and we highly recommend you look it up if you haven't already, especially since the video is one of Depp's first public appearances since his highly publicized court case with Amber Heard, the aftermath of which is still being felt. But leave it to this man to give value to why he's going to come back in front of the camera and why he'd put on the Jack Sparrow hat once again. That's right, Depp brought back the iconic pirate, one of the most magical characters of all time, for the special message. You can't tell us that doesn't bring a smile to your face. And it certainly meant a lot to his fan to see that this man still wants the character to bring some happiness to his fans. Moving on, what was the video all about? See, immediately as the vid starts, Depp is talking to 11-year-old Corey, or Captain Corey as he calls him. The fan has undergone multiple heart transplant surgeries and has been in palliative care, so his strength is certainly not lost to the actor. And Depp is in fine form as he staggers his way all over his words as Jack tries to figure out how to communicate using modern tech, which is honestly a beautiful sight. He continued, "So, Captain Corey, I'm so sorry I missed out on this," and went on to rephrase his words with, "He meant to say this, but forgot to say it, and then of course didn't say it." This results in this video where it makes perfect sense that he's now gonna say it or say it anyway. And if you need any more proof that this man is Jack Sparrow, here you go. Jack says that even though he's heard something about the YouTube, he doesn't quite understand it, but why not give it a shot? We think a lot of us can relate to that spirit. And he ends off by wishing Corey the best of luck with his YouTube channel, and that statement coming from this character is so incredible that we almost couldn't believe what we'd heard. Lastly, his love for the fans may be the reason Jack returns. But again, if because of nothing else other than the legal limits, the character would only return as part of reasons like this vid. Still, the video shared by 11-year-old Corey proves how much Depp is still loved and admired, and his ability to return to the role of Jack Sparrow for good causes is a tribute to Depp as an actor and a person. And it's something he'd done even before this entire situation erupted. So for someone like Corey, a small gift like this can mean a lot for the life that's been forever changed by such illnesses. Come on, anyone that has a comfort character, song, or book knows how beautiful of a force these things are. Because of that, if Depp does agree to return on screen as Sparrow sometime in the future, or just a swan song that cements his legacy how he wants it to be, well, we'd certainly sign a petition for that. Whether or not something like that happens, we're just gonna have to see. That's a wrap for this video. What do you guys think about Johnny returning to his iconic role? Could it ever be possible, or has that ship gone the distance with its captain on board? Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.